Do you remember when airlines started charging for bags, seat selection, and basically the right to exist? Meanwhile, there's this guy from Toronto who's allegedly just walking on the planes like, "Good morning, team. No miles, nobody passes, just a hack." And for about 4 years, prosecutors said he pulled this stunt for hundreds of free flights, lounges, and even cockpit access by pretending to be the airline crew. And the wildest part, he wasn't even a pilot. He wasn't even employed, but the system treated him like he was, right up until federal prosecutors got involved. So who is this guy? His name is Dallas Pokornik. And what makes this story scarier is he wasn't some random dude guessing. Court documents say he actually worked in aviation. He was a real flight attendant from 2017 to 2019. So he knew the lingo, the routines, and what belong here looks like. And in aviation, the biggest perk isn't snacks, it's travel. Once you've had staff lanes and easy standby, going back to TSA pat-downs and regular boarding passes, it feels like a punishment. Once you've had the good life, you don't want to go back. When his legit employment ended, the perks ended with it. So prosecutors say he crossed the line and got an idea. He made a fake employee ID claiming he still worked with the airline. In the airline world, an ID isn't just plastic, it's a master key. And court documents say he used this fake ID to get crew reserve tickets on 3 major US airlines based out of places like Honolulu, Chicago, and Fort Worth. So he's in Canada, but allegedly inside the US airline system. And here's the moment everything changed. The first time he tried it, it worked. He gets the booking, he gets the boarding pass, he gets on the plane, no alarms, no sir step aside, no call to verify. And once it worked that one time, it stopped feeling risky and it started feeling like a hack. So how do you stretch one fake badge into hundreds of flights? He exploited the simplest thing on earth, the trust of his fellow employees. Staff trust staffed. Gate agency uniforms and lanyards all day. Most people are legit and nobody wants to be the person to stop crew and turn boarding into a meltdown. So prosecutors say he just keeps doing it again and again and again. According to the US Department of Justice press release, it's hundreds of flights across North America and Latin America down to Panama, which means this wasn't a free trip. This was allegedly his whole travel lifestyle patch. Early boarding, waived fees, crew lanes, lounges, and access to areas regular passengers don't even know exist. And the key detail is he's bouncing across different airlines. So even if airline A notices something weird, airline B might be clueless to what he's doing. And the pattern hides in the noise until he gets greedy. Up until that point, he's riding in the cabin like off-duty crew. You know, it's bold, but still plausible. Then prosecutors say he goes for the jump seat. Now that fold-down seat in or near the cockpit, that's for authorized crew. That's not like I'm trying to get home, let me, catch a ride. That's put me on the next flight deck. And according to reporting from the BBC, he allegedly requested to ride there at least once while presenting himself as a pilot.
Cops say he's a real-life catch-me-if-you-can scammer, posing as a pilot to score free flights.
That's when the vibe shifted, it changed, because pilots and security don't play, trust me, bro. When you're about to sit there, somebody checks, and something didn't match, and that's when the whole scheme started to collapse. US officials say he was ultimately arrested in Panama after being indicted in federal court in Honolulu. Now it's an international arrest, federal charges and extradition. Real life, not airplane improv. By late 2024, the scheme is over. The case centers on wire frauds tied to the bookings because every electronic ticket is a digital breadcrumb. Reports say he pled not guilty, and wire fraud can carry some serious time, up to 20 years in some cases, depending on what's proven. Either way, the fallout is brutal. Federal case, international arrest, and any path back into aviation is basically cooked. So while everyone else was arguing about legroom and bag fees, a fake pilot was allegedly just writing the system for years. And the scariest part isn't even the scam. It's how far the confidence, a badge, and nobody wants extra work got him before anyone got him. It's how far confidence, a badge, and nobody wants extra work got him before anyone finally went, wait, who is this guy? What's scarier to you, the scammer or how long the system let it happen? Drop it in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Subscribe for more stories.